So Hillary Clinton decided to attack Donald Trump for his general election pivot. We just showed the clip before, but I want to show it again. Let's take a look.
Closely to the Republicans because they are telling you what they want to do in our country. And, you know, Trump keeps saying things like, well, you know, I didn't really mean it. It was all part of my reality TV show. Running for president will be on your screen. Well, you know what? If we buy that, shame on us.
If we buy that, shame on us. In the primary, he says one thing, and then he says the other thing in the general. I didn't really mean it. That's what he's going to argue. I didn't really mean it. What do you mean? I didn't mean it. Well, I'm just doing the same thing that all the other candidates do. But Hillary Clinton, she's so above that. Do you guys understand? Queen Hillary. She's so above it. She's never hypocritical. She would never do something like a general election pivot, right? Because that's a sleazy campaign tactic. That means that you were lying either in the primary or the general about what your true beliefs are. So we all remember, because it wasn't that long ago. In fact, it was like 2 weeks ago, where Hillary Clinton just ruthlessly and viciously went after Bernie Sanders. Oh my God, he's so bad on guns. Oh my God, he's horrific on guns. Look at his fucking positions. Now, what are his positions in reality? He wants a ban on assault weapons. How's that bad on guns? He wants a ban on high-capacity magazines. He wants universal background checks. As he often says, and he's right, I got a D- voting record from the NRA. But still, she paints him as like, oh my God, he may as well have a fucking show on the Sportsman's Channel. Have a hunting show and go out and shoot shit. Bernie Sanders, crazy on guns. The main area where they disagree is liability for gun sellers if there's a mass shooting or if there's a shooting or something and the person who bought the gun had no signs of mental illness and wasn't a former felon. So in other words, if somebody passes a background check and there's no signs of anything wrong and a gun store sells a gun to somebody and then like 3 years later they snap and they kill somebody, Hillary Clinton wants to put that gun seller out of business through lawsuits. Again, think about that in any other respect, like cars. Okay, you sell a car to somebody, there's no problem with them whatsoever, not a former felon, no mental illness, nothing. And then 3 years later, they run somebody over, put the dealership out of business. It just doesn't make much sense. So, but it's this blind fervor that she has against guns. The other thing that Bernie was bad on was he voted in favor of, hey, if you're traveling and you have no other means of travel, you're going on a train, and if you're going on Amtrak, you can store a gun in your bag and put it away from you on Amtrak. So it's not, hey, I can carry it while I'm on Amtrak. No, it's store it, put it away, and then travel with it on you, okay? Oh my God, he's so bad on guns. So Hillary's, I'm stronger. Oh my God, you kidding me? I'd sue the gun sellers out of business, which would effectively ban guns, by the way, if you can just sue them when they made a perfectly legal sale. But now, since we're in the general, look at this. What happened? While doing a rally in Pennsylvania, she said the following about guns. Quote, I know how important gun ownership and particularly hunting is here in northeastern Pennsylvania. I want you to know that we can't ignore the Second Amendment, and we can't ignore the 33,000 people a year who die from gun violence. And I think we are smart enough to figure out how to do that. Whoa. So when Bernie was, neck and neck with her, surging in every single poll, won, what was it, 8 states in a row, 9 states in a row, something like that, Hillary Clinton latched on to this one issue and said, no, oh yeah? Since now we're talking about, a primary in New York and a primary in other states where gun violence is a big issue, well, I'm the toughest there is on guns. Are you kidding me? I'm as tough as there is, man. I'd ban assault weapons, do universal background checks, ban high-capacity magazines. I would make you able to sue gun sellers under any and all circumstances. Let me tell you, nobody's more anti-gun than me. Now, I know how important gun ownership and particularly hunting is here in northeastern Pennsylvania. I want you to know we can't ignore the Second Amendment. She's shameless. She's shameless. And she fucking, about Donald Trump, she was just arguing. A general election pivot, shame on us if we buy that. He's changing all his positions. I didn't really mean it, he says. That's all fucking projection. Now, it's true of Trump, but it's also true of her. But for her, no. See, when I do a pivot, it's okay. Why? Because in her mind, she thinks, now I'm going to tell you what I really believe. And that's actually true. I think what Hillary says in a general election when she runs to the right is much more in line with what she actually believes in the primary. In the primary, when half the time she pretended to be more progressive than Bernie Sanders, we all know she's not more progressive than Bernie Sanders. Her actions prove it. Her policy positions prove it. What she's voted for proves it. So now she's like, hey, I'm going to let my true colors show now. So her pivot is real in the sense that now she's telling you what she really believes, and she was mostly lying in the primary. Whereas Trump, who knows what the fuck he believes? Nobody knows at all what he believes. It could be the crazy shit he says in the primary, or it could be the more sane shit that he's going to say in the general election. But also, I think we should take a minute to just obliterate this entire notion of a general election pivot, because this is what every political strategist in the country would tell you have to do if you're running for president. But it's the dumbest idea possible. Why? You've institutionalized lying and flip-flopping. Why would you do that? Nobody's going to fucking trust you, and they're right to not trust you. This is one of the main reasons why so many Americans are turned off to politics, because of shit like the general election pivot, and the dumbass reporters report on it like it's so normal. Like, oh, no, just totally, just flip on everything you fucking said you believed in the primary and be a spineless fucking shapeshifter. I don't know, I changed my mind because now I'm trying to appeal to more independence. And it doesn't even work, because we see Bernie Sanders, who's been truly progressive from the beginning and every step of the way, he's winning overwhelmingly with independence, excuse me. So the guy who gets most independence is the most progressive. But what does Hillary Clinton take away from that? I need to get independence too. Let me run further to the right.